Hey, I'm Sprout, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over some common mistakes I see people do as Diddy. Now, before the video starts, I'd like to mention that this is definitely not a full guide, and I can upload one if you guys want. But, as for now, I'm just going to go over some things that, you might be doing by mistake, and you could probably fix in your gameplay in case you want to become better with Diddy. I'm going to go over a little bit of neutral, and I'm going to start by saying part of the reason Diddy's neutral is so good is because it's pretty basic and easy to understand theory. So basically, your win condition is to get banana, and that is because, well, it makes your effective range a lot bigger, and as you can see, like, if I'm playing Diddy here, I'm not much of a threat if I'm, like, back here, because I can throw back airs, but I can't really approach. Like, I have to approach with a back air. If I have banana, they have to either jump, shield, or try to grab it, or try to approach. So, if they try to do some of those options, I can just react and do something by myself. And so, this effectively makes Diddy's threat range a lot larger, which is a lot scarier for the opponent. Another thing that is really nice about Diddy is that if my banana's here, I kind of play a similar game to like rock, paper, scissors. Because I could pick up banana. Oh, jeez, I messed this up. I could pick up banana. Or I could jump over banana, leave it there, and just attack the opponent. Or, if my opponent's close enough, and I'll go over this again later. But say my opponent's like, oh, not there. Say my opponent's like here from banana. I can monkey flip. And if I think they're going to shield, I can do the flip version. If I think they're going to kick, not do anything, I'll do the kick version. So, same with bananas here. I could flip and grab, or I could kick. And so, those are kind of like two of the options that you can have. Another thing to note is that Diddy's monkey flip and monkey flip kick are, and as well as his banana, are basically unreactable at just about half the range. So, right here, that's about my range. And so, I could throw from here, but they can react. Same with monkey flip, where if I flip from like here, it'll hit, but they can easily react to it. So it does go about 5 in-game units or whatever. And so I want to throw banana or monkey flip from inside that range, so that's unreactable. So say I can go like 2.5 meters in, this is basically unreactable. And so is this. Now your opponent can preemptively shield or do an option, but that's part of the reason monkey flip's so good, because I can just bait out an option, I just do that, and then just monkey flip, because if they shield, they're dead, and they have to preemptively spot dodge and expect the monkey flip, and if they spot dodge and whiff it, then I can just run up and then just monkey flip them by reacting to their spot dodge. Another thing to note is that if your opponent is able to react to your monkey flip or banana throw, that's usually because you're standing way too far back. Monkey flip, in my general rule, you don't always have to follow this, but I like to only use monkey flip within roll range. If I'm outside of roll range, and it'll hit, so see, that's my roll range. But even then, I probably would stand more like up here, because if I'm back here, could hit, but my opponent can easily react. And same with banana, where I could hit it from back here, but my opponent can either shield it or grab it, and those are two very bad options for me. So, if you are whiffing your monkey flips or your banana throws, you probably want to stand either much closer or use those options a lot less, learn like Z catching, so that if you have banana, you aren't just locked to banana throw or just locked to side B. And so this makes it so your opponent can't predict your monkey flips as often, and they also can't predict your banana throws as often, because both of them have a similar range, and if you are able to Z-drop, then you can, like, bait out, like, no, I'm not actually gonna you can bait out your opponent to think, oh, my opponent's gonna monkey flip from this range, so I'm gonna spot dodge, and then you just come in with, like, falling there, and then do string off that. Let me redo that real quick. But you can, like, falling there, and just do a string. I messed that up, but yeah, you get the idea. So the thing about banana versus like monkey flip versus jump is that banana is usually your best option. because you can get the biggest reward and it's the lowest commit. So a really big thing about playing Diddy is that you want to learn how to shut down your opponent's jump and how to bait out like other options so that your opponent can't just jump. Because if you didn't know, if your opponent jumps and they get hit by banana, they're basically put in like 0 end lag or 0 hit lag or whatever. So actually I showed it right there. But say I turn my opponent's percent up. If I like hit my opponent with banana while they're in the air. Okay, well that's not fun. If I hit my opponent with banana, I can barely follow up after it, and it's much better to hit them on the ground, because then I can just do like down tilt up smash or something like that. So once your opponent realizes that you can basically shut down all their jumps, one thing that they'll try to do too is shield, and this is where monkey flip comes in. A lot of people try to preemptively spot dodge, which is why you don't always have to pressure the shield with monkey flip. So try to mix in some other stuff like nair and shield, and nairing on their shield and your own shield, to kind of just mix up your options and like do a lot of other things that Diddy has to pressure. Also like back air. A back air is decently safe on shield. I wouldn't always do it, but it's a good mix up. And then like say my opponent's shielding right there, I can always just nair, because if they let go, then well, no, it's Z drop nair technically. But if my opponent lets go, then they get hit of their shield, they get hit by my nair. And if they don't let go of shield, let me actually toggle shield, then I get banana and I get to use banana. So I can just like, well, dodge on their shield, and if they try to react, then another thing you can also do is just Z drop banana above them and then fast fall there, because that will make it so if they try to like grab you or something, they're gonna get tricked. So that is also a big part of Diddy's shield pressure. Also partially because Diddy doesn't have great shield like damage options. You can see F smash, it takes like more than 2 F smashes to break someone's full shield, and so up smash it takes even more. It takes like 4, maybe 5, because it doesn't hit. And so a big like proponent of Diddy is being able to shield pressure well and effectively. Last 2 things people are going to do against Diddy with banana are attacking him and running away. So banana, of course, is one of the best defensive tools in the game, and it's amazing to whiff punish and is great out of shield. So a big proponent of Diddy is, say your opponent F smashes on your shield. Well, it doesn't work against Roy F smash because it has too much shield knockback, but you can punish them. Actually, let me make sure my shield doesn't break. But you can usually punish your opponent with just throwing banana and then just getting whatever follow if you want. I like to do, like say my opponent does shield, then I just do uppy here, because it's not true at 0, but it's basically true, and it's true at 10% buff, and so it's really nice for punishing on banana. And so that's a really good way to whiff punish if your opponent does something on your shield, or if your opponent just throws that dash attack from that range. I usually wouldn't throw banana from here, but if my opponent uses like a move with a lot of end lag, like F smash or something like that, then I can just dash throw it. And make sure you are not just normal throwing it from this range, because that will reach, but it usually takes longer. To dash throw, you just quickly dash and then use the C stick, not like that. You want to dash and then throw C stick, use the Jesus Christ. You want to dash and then use the C stick, because that'll make the banana go faster, and actually, fun fact, deals more damage if you throw it like that. So that does 4.6, and dash throwing it does 6. So yeah, those are a good way to whiff punish and good out of shield use of banana. So another option your opponent can do is run away, and this is actually really good because getting stage control as Diddy is very good, because, well, it's good with all characters, but Diddy has one of the best advantage states in the entire game. And so if your opponent is like, if your opponent gives up stage control, then your opponent has to run in with like a very committal move, and Diddy in most matchups outranges his opponent, so you don't have to really worry about their options. But in a lot of matchups, your opponent will be able to choose an option that could be hard for you to punish, or you will have to react preemptively to it. And they can mix some slower options in to throw you off, but very rarely you can like solely rely on your reaction time. This is also, especially in better players, usually can't rely on that. And so Diddy with banana, if you have advantage, just remember to pressure them with like Z-drop aerials, and just keep pressuring them while they're in disadvantage. And if they ever give up like more stage, just take that stage and then keep pressuring. Another thing to keep in mind is that in some matchups, Diddy's actually better if he only has one use of his banana. Matchups like these would be like Kazi or Steve, or just any real touch of death character like Luigi and Peach too, where if you say throw banana at your opponent and somehow like miss, say you just like they shield it and it bounces off their shield and it's right in front of them. Kazi with banana is very scary, because if Kazuya lands banana and gets EWGF, that's just 80%, or just 0 to death. You can't do anything about that. And so, in those matchups, I really like to just get banana to one use. So if I like whiff banana on their shield or something, then it just vanishes. And sometimes this is really funny because a lot of players won't expect banana to have one use. And so if you like trip them up by, say, throw banana with 0 uses, they'll try to buffer a pickup. And then so sometimes, say that this Roy would just like run up and jab the air because they're trying to buffer a pickup for an item, but there is no item. So they just jab the air and you can just punish them with really whatever you want. And so that's like part of the reason I really like to have banana at one use. Another thing to keep in mind is that when your opponent's at higher percents, another thing, you'll want to have banana sometimes, but other times you might just want to like down tilt up smash them. So when my opponent's at like 130%, about 120, 130, and I just can't land banana, sometimes what I'll do is I will I usually like to wave bounce pluck banana, another thing, going for it, and then just down tilt up smash. And so that actually might not kill opponent if they're DIing correctly, but on most characters this works because your opponent's expecting you to go for banana and then you just down tilt up smash. Now sometimes if you do this too much, your opponent can react to it, and or just get used to you doing it, and they will know what you're doing. But this is also something I do when, say, I'm respawning off platform. I come down from the age-old platform, I pluck banana, and I just run up smash, because most opponents have ingrained in their memory that a Diddy Kong will pluck banana and then just grab banana. And so they think they have more time than they actually do, so you just pluck banana, run up smash or F smash. And this actually works surprisingly well, and it's also really funny in game because they seem like they just randomly get hit by a smash attack when really they think you're going to go for banana. And kind of the last thing to wrap up the video is when you have banana, it for the most part takes away your normals, so you can't like do any grounded moves. That's what I touched up on earlier. And so when I don't have banana and I'm just playing normal Diddy, I kind of just play him like a normal character, because Diddy with banana just plays his own. But Diddy with banana, or without banana, basically just plays as any other character, except worse than a lot. And so when I can't get banana or my opponent's being really oppressive in the matchup, just like keep in mind, like back air is a really good like safe tool to throw out. And if your opponent's like being really aggressive and just throwing out random moves, you can back air. This will lose to like in a lot of clank options, but it's a good like Diddy has to keep in mind. Another thing is Nair. Something I do want to say is don't overuse Nair, because it's not completely safe on shield. And also, if you say like full hop Nair, that is very committal and very bad, especially because Diddy has like 10 or 20 aerial drift in the entire game. So if I'm up here and I Nair, or not forward air, if I Nair and really get away, I can only drift like 5 in-game units. So just keep in mind not to do that. Also, another thing, don't short hop forward air. Whatever you do, do not short hop forward air. you can short hop back air because it is very uncommittal and you are able to fast fall out. But short hop forward air is very, very unsafe and very easy to punish. So it might look good in some options or some matchups, but also like if you land with it, Diddy has like a whole get up animation, and so I can't get up until like 10 frames later, and that is a huge amount of time in Smash. And so don't just throw out forward air. Forward air is really, I think the only times I really use it are for kind of just scramble situations and down tilt forward air at high percents. And I don't know, it does work on 130, but it's just DI dependent. And so those are really the only times I use it. It's nice, except it does, I think the only thing that's better about it is that it does more damage than back air. It might even not. Wait. Okay, yeah, it does deal more damage than back air, but in every other scenario it's worse. It is laggier. It has more shield stun, or not shield stun, more hit stun, on shield, whatever you want to call it. And, it is, I think I already mentioned, it's more committal, and it also, for some reason, has less knockback, and so it also has a harder to hit sweet spot. And so, see, that sends the 15-yard, not yard, got him, think of football, and that sends even farther. So just keep in mind that just forward air is not a tool you want to be using too much. So that should just about conclude the video, and I'd like to end it by saying make sure to subscribe because that helps me out a lot, and also try to check out some of my other content. I'm trying to post more regularly, but I've had a lot of stuff come up, and so I'm also posting a lot of like how-to videos, so if you're struggling with some stuff, make sure to check out some of my other videos. And yeah, thanks for watching.